what the Mankind Project was great at on that weekend was giving men the experience of these pieces in their various forms live inside you in your habits and behaviors and beliefs, and you have the chance to bring them all out in various ways and look at them and see the way that they're leading to your life as it's currently constructed. And what are you going to do about that now that you know? And now that you know about this, and now that you have these circles of men around you that have been through the same thing, like you're not just being cast out into the world alone. We've all been through it together.
I think what's great about some things and what they do is like, holy cow, this has been there all this time.
Yeah.
Like all this, all this knowledge and all this wisdom is there. Like, where have I been?
Yeah. Is this allowed?
Just say it's a door that opens up to doors that opens up to doors. And it's really, when I like it when it's really particular to men, because what I love about men, let's go there a little bit. I think for most men, these kind of things are episodic. It means something happens and the guy says, I got to go fix this.
Yeah.
It's like finally I realized that, this ain't working out for me. I want to go fix this and get on with my life. And I love that. And I think that's probably 90% of men. They don't do lifetime personal development work. They want to get fixed and get back to their lives.
Yeah. Put me back in the fight.
Yeah, that's right. Take me up, get me, straighten me out and get me back in the fight, which is absolutely wonderful. So what I love about men is truly when they're in the mind of saying, all right, I need to do something here. Help me. Right? You got it, pal. Right? Mm-hmm. So all you're really doing with most men is you take that ship that's upside down, that they don't know it yet, and they're drowning or whatever. And they right side the ship, show them where the sail goes, give them a compass, put them back on the ship, give them a decent little staff to get them going again, put them on the wheel and the compass and say, that way.
Yes.
You just do that for the guy and he goes, hey, thanks.
Yes, absolutely.
Go.
Yeah.
Good. You're my friend for life. Yeah, go. Thanks, pal. You got it, man. Go.
Yeah.
And they're off. And that's what they need. Get it right. You put that shoe on the other foot. Now that's why your feet hurt. It's left, right. Switch your shoes. Lace them up tight. They feel better. Good. Go.
Yeah.
That's all most guys need. And they're back into their life. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And that's actually that kind of reset is a great thing. And most guys are like, got it, Captain. I owe you one. Yes, you do. See ya.
Yeah.
That's great. And that was, 90% of the men, 3,000 of whatever it was, men that came through that I talked to, it did them a great service. And then, but a number of people that stayed because they actually found a home. They loved being in community with men. And they've been in groups. Some of these groups have been around for 20 years. Mm-hmm. I've been with a bunch of men that I know for 20 years or more. I love these men. And they care for me. And it's not contingent on what I bring or what I do. It's just lovely to have like what's going on here.
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine that on an ongoing basis at any time that you want or need it? And that, to me, that's a great benefit. And to me, there's no downside. Absolutely no downside. So I encourage anyone to check into any of this and look what can you do to enrich your life. And hey, man, you got to do these things in confidentiality. We've been very careful not to use names in places and things because you don't do that. This is a place where you can spill your guts and it stays here. I'm just going to pry that out of me. Go after yourself. Ain't going to happen. Mm-hmm. Right? When you got that, I'm surprised the kind of stuff you can offload. It doesn't mean you're in crisis all the time. You just can go, I don't, guys, just like sometimes, God, it's been a week from hell. I just, hey, guys, tell me I'm great. We have one more time. I could use it. Because I feel a mess. I don't, I'm not showing up the way I want to show up. Remind me of how great I am, okay? I says, yeah, you want me to blow smoke? Yeah, I want you to blow smoke.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Help me out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we're starting to convey, through some of this, What a great benefit it can be. And nothing to say about what a woman can contribute, because it's great and wonderful, and it's a whole nother spectrum, a whole nother universe of things. I hope that men that do this kind of work have greater value to their relationships.
Absolutely.
Right? That if you can unburden your relationships with, let's say, 30% of your crap, great. Then you don't have to dump it on who's ever in your household, or hold it in until it comes out sideways, and you're becoming unemotionally unavailable because you're trying to punish the person for something. And come on, take it to your men's group, work out as much as you can. And if you got issues with your actual significant other, then it's not charged with all this other crap that you're holding on to about your boss, or about how you always get pushed around as a kid. Hey, you can offload a good chunk of that stuff, right? And unburden your relationships, right? So that it can, when you're with your significant others, that it can be about them instead of them carrying your boatload of crap that you dragged with you into your 40s.
Right.
Yeah. Come on. Go offload a little bit, so you can maybe have the mental stability and emotional security to take on a little burden on behalf of those you care about. Right. So they're not your crutch. You could be a little bit of strength for them. I like that. Right. So when you show up in those relationships, they're not there to fix you. No, you go fix yourself, so that you're a fixed human being when you're in your relationships. And everything's wrong with the relationships. It's about the relationships, not about your garbage that you've carried with you that you haven't unpacked for the last 30 years of your life. Come on.
Yeah.
Clean up your yard before you complain about the neighbors. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I hope everyone listening, like what you're saying, all these things, and this was always the experience of what's inside men that I had with me when I started writing and creating content and doing podcasts about masculinity. And I've carried this for 10 years now. And so not in as mature and as developed a form, but certainly in my own way. And when I started talking about men, particularly to women, and surfacing all these things that men carry inside us, I got so much pushback, like, my man's not like that. And, from women that are carrying naturally in many cases, and exaggeratedly in some cases, a lot of bitterness and anger, because they've never seen this side of men, because those men have never seen this side of themselves. And so that's always been such a big tragedy, is to know the stuff that you're saying, to have seen it it's not theoretical. It's not like I read it in a book. I've seen it live in real time and been it. And to know that men have so much potential and ability and so much depth within them, and they carry so much from the past, right? And they can stuff it down way far down so that no one else, they think that no one feels it, and even they don't feel it. And they're carrying, every single man is carrying all of this around, and they never get the chance to discover it. They never get the chance to see it. They're never in an environment, or few are in environments where they can really unpack this stuff. Maybe they'll get to go on a hunting trip with a buddy, and after spending 2 or 3 days in the blinds, in the duck blinds or whatever, waiting or waiting for an elk to pass by, a guy will confess something, like, my dad abused me or something like that. After 3 days, with his best friend in silence.
And that goes, oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Right. And it'll disappear in an instant if he's not present.
I'm glad you let me talk about that. I had no problem, man.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for letting me let that out. Versus the opportunity when you sit down in a circle of say, trained magicians, let's say, right? It's like, well, let's talk about that. What's going on there? And the feeling of, like, is this really happening? Like, do I get the floor to talk about this?
Like, is there more you'd like to say about that?
Correct. Yeah, let it out. Like, to really create the space for a man to say the thing that needs to be said that he can't say anywhere else. To really say it, to really dig it out. And that's what creates change. That's what created change in me, was the ability, and not just on the Mankind Project, but in a therapist's office and in men's groups, right? To be able to say the thing, I can't dare say this, but I have to. I can't not say this anymore. And then when I finally said it, that's when everything started to change. Because now it's out there. It's like, now, okay,
Well, there's another side to this too. So listen, if I can not admit that there's something troubling me, that means I don't have to deal with it. So
Correct.
there's a great propensity to say that shit. If I admit it, that means I got to do something about it, and I don't want to do something about it. So it's just that's not going to be, that's off limits. That's not going to happen. And that's that. Hey, you know what? That's fine, but it's not fine. It's fine if you can still deal with it, but if it's really eating you, some people scoff at therapy, but you know what?
Has a place.
That's all I can say is that I hope it doesn't eat at you, and I hope you're not holding in those things, because this is what gives men's heart attacks. I don't know. I think it robs you of your joy. So what's the practical sense of all this? Just because you should? No, I mean I'm not going to say that to any man. You should. No, you shouldn't do anything. Do you want? That's what I want to know. What do you want? What do you want? Well, I want this to go away. I want a magic wand, right? So, okay, we'll go get your magic wand, and we'll go 3 times. Okay, then make it go. Has it gone away?
No.
Can you get your money back for that wand? Maybe it needs new batteries or something. Right?
It was a gift,
right?
But yeah, here you go.
Try it again. Oh, still didn't work. So what else can we do?
Yeah.
So can you maybe tell me? Because maybe I can't make it go away, but if you're okay with it, maybe unpacking it will at least get it out of the secret, eat you up in the inside mode, Mm-hmm. So you want to do that? All right. What's bugging you? What's eating at you? Okay. I'm listening. Okay. Thank you. That took courage. Now, do you want to do something about that, or are you just good right now for just getting it off your chest? All right. I honor your decision. That's good. Thank you. Better. Yeah, better. Okay, so you're coming back next group? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay, see you then. Dude, we can do that for each other. But you're right, Will. How to hold space. It's a big thing. How to hold space for men.
And the other thing I wanted to add to that is what you said about most men just need their shoes put on straight, need their boat righted and sent in the right, like that way. Aye, Captain, I'm off. And I want to go on my own little personal rant about this.
I love that about guys.
Yeah. Well, this is why the dialogue about masculinity, particularly in the manosphere and the red pill space in many ways, is so destructive. I won't even use the word toxic. It's destructive because it frames every man as if he has to be alpha.